Hello, good afternoon. Thank you once again for joining me for another video. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, international break, and some interesting international friendlies, but we'll get to those. And we're going to head straight into our La Liga predictions for the upcoming game week. And happy betting. Here we go. We're going to start with Atletico Bilbao versus Almeria. Atletico Bilbao being the home team here. And so my predictions for this game is that I have Atletico Bilbao to win this game. Both teams to score, I would say no. In terms of a double chance, I would say either team to win and both not to score. In terms of correct scoreline, I am seeing here that I have Atletico Bilbao to win this game by a goal. Alright, in terms of the handicap system, you could go ahead and you could place a bet on Atletico Bilbao to win this game by a goal, or you could go ahead and have them go ahead and you can choose this one. This one is basically saying that they start the game goal ahead, and so therefore means the other team would have to score 2 and they wouldn't score. That's it. And losing it. Atletico Bilbao to win by a goal. Alright. So our first game, Atletico Bilbao versus Almeria. My predictions are I have here Atletico Bilbao to win, both teams to score. I'm saying no. Double chance, Atletico Bilbao Almeria to win, both teams not to score. In terms of predicted scoreline, I'm saying 1-0 in favor of Atletico Bilbao. And on the handicap system, I'll go with Atletico Bilbao to win by a goal. So that's our first match, and so we're going to jump on to our second match for this week, which is on Saturday. And this game is Cadiz versus Villarreal. Cadiz being at home here versus Villarreal. I'm expecting Villarreal to do well. Villarreal to handle business. Mind this, players will be coming back from the international break, so that might affect things. But I still do expect Villarreal here to do well. And so therefore, as a result here, I have Villarreal to win this game. In terms of goals, I'm going to say Villarreal to win 2-0. In terms of a double chance, I would say you could go with over here, Villarreal to win and under 3.5 goals. In terms of handicap system, I'll go ahead with Villarreal to win this one by a goal. Alright. So predictions for the Cadiz versus Villarreal game, I'm expecting Villarreal to win. Scoreline, I say 2-0 in favor of Villarreal. In terms of a double chance, I would say Villarreal to win, and the scores on the entire goals in the match would be on the 3.5. In terms of handicap system, I would go with Villarreal to win by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Cadiz versus Villarreal game. And we'll move on to our next game, which is Getafe versus Real Valladolid. Getafe versus Real Valladolid. This game, I'm going to say here, both teams to score. Both teams to score. In terms of scoreline, I'm going to take this one to be 1-1. And in terms of a double chance, I'll go ahead and say go ahead and have here that team I'm looking for here, and go ahead and say either team and on the 3.5 goal. Alright, so predictions for the Getafe versus Real Valladolid game, I'm expecting both teams to score. Predicted scoreline for me is 1-1. And in terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and on the 3.5 goals total in the game. Alright, so we're going to jump to the next game here, which is Sevilla versus Atletico Madrid. Sevilla versus Atletico Madrid. Sevilla being at home here. Okay. In terms of prediction for me for this game, I'm saying that we're going to have a draw. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline from me, I'm saying 1-1. So my predictions for the Sevilla versus Atletico Madrid game, I'm expecting both teams to score. I'm expecting a draw. And in terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both to score. And my predicted scoreline for this game is 1-all. Let's move right along to our next game, which is Mallorca versus Barcelona. Barcelona being away here. Expecting them to continue their good form and do well. Not going to be easy though. So I have them to win. Both teams to score, I'd say no. In terms of a double chance, say either to win, both to score. If Mallorca is going to win, then Barcelona is definitely going to score this one. My predicted scoreline for this game is 2-0 in favor of Barcelona. And if you don't want to bet the correct score, you can always go on the handicap system and bet for Barcelona to win by a goal. Alright, so on the handicap system, Barcelona to win by a goal, I'm getting $1.90 for that. So recapping predictions for Mallorca versus Barcelona. I'm expecting Barcelona to win. Both teams to score, I'm saying no. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I have here Barcelona to win by 2-0. In terms of handicap system, I'll go with Barcelona to win by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Mallorca versus Barcelona game, and now we're going to move on to our next game, which is Espanyol versus Valencia. Espanyol being at home here versus Valencia. This is going to be an interesting one, I do believe. And so therefore, this game, I'm saying, I think this is anybody's game. I'm going to have here both teams to score. And we're going to have over 1.5 goals in the game. Yes, team scores. It's going to have over 1.5. But anyways, back to this. Both teams to score over 1.5 goal. And predicted scoreline for me, I am saying here 2-1 in favor of Espanyol. Alright. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a draw. Alright. So, don't want to bet the correct score, you can always go on the handicap system. On the handicap system too, I would place a bet on Valencia +1. Alright. Means that they don't win this game by, well, they shouldn't lose the game by more than 0.5 if they do lose. If they win, you win this bet. If they lose by less than 0.5, well, if they lose by less than 0.5, this game is drawn. Well, if the game is 0-0 draw, they would have won. Alright then, anyway, yes. Now that's how this handicap would work here, alright? So recapping predictions for Espanyol versus Barcelona, I expect this, not Barcelona, Espanyol versus Valencia, my humblest apologies. I'm expecting both teams to score. I'm saying we're having over 1.5 goals in this game. And in terms of scoreline, I'm saying 2-1 in favor of Espanyol. Yes, I'm saying 2-1 in favor of Espanyol. On the handicap system, though, I'd go with Barcelona +1. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Espanyol versus Barcelona game. Espanyol versus Valencia game. Why do I continue to say Barcelona? Moving on to our next game, which is Celta de Vigo versus Real Betis. Celta de Vigo versus Real Betis here. I'm expecting both teams to score again. And both teams score, so I'm going to have over 1.5 goals for this game. And my other predictions for this game are that in terms of a double chance, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here that we're going to have a 1-all draw. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Celta. Yes. On the handicap system, if I should go on the handicap system, I'll go with Celta to win this one by a goal. Or better, if I could go with Celta, lose by no more than a goal. Alright. So predictions for Celta de Vigo versus Real Betis. I'm expecting both teams to score over 1.5 goals. In terms of double chance, I'd say either team to win, both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, 1-all. If you don't want to do that, you can always go in the handicap system and go with Celta for +1. You can lose this game by no more than a goal if they do lose. Alright. So those are my predictions for Celta de Vigo versus Real Betis. Now we're going to move right into our next game, which is Girona versus Real Sociedad. Girona versus Real Sociedad here. I'm going to go with Real Sociedad to win. Both teams to score, I'm going to say no. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I have here 1-0 in favor of Real Sociedad. Alright, if you don't want to bet that, you can always go in the handicap system, and you go in the handicap system here. I'd suggest you go with Girona at +1. Alright, Girona not to lose this game by no more than a goal. Alright, this game by less than a goal, that is. Sorry, man. Alright, and so therefore, predictions again for Girona versus Real Sociedad. I have the Real Sociedad to win this game. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying no. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline from the 1-0 in favor of Real Sociedad. In terms of the handicap system, I go with Girona for a +1. Means you should not lose this game by more than a goal. Alright? So those are my predictions for the Girona versus Real Sociedad game. Alright, so we're going to move right along into our next game, which is Real Madrid versus Osasuna. Real Madrid had a number of players away on the international break as expected, and so therefore we'll see how much that bears on the result coming Sunday here. Alright, but my predictions for this game are I'm expecting over 1.5 goals in this game. First up. And next thing, I'm going to see here both teams score. And in terms of the result, I'll say either to win and both to score. Predict scoreline from the 2-1 in favor of Real Madrid. I have a really lovely day, then that goes up to about 3-1 or 4-1. Alright, on the handicap system, I would go ahead and I'll take Real Madrid to win this one by a goal. Alright, so predictions again for Real Madrid versus Osasuna. I'm expecting over 1.5 goals for this game. Expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline from a 2-1 in favor of Real Madrid. And on the handicap system, I go Real Madrid to win this game by a goal. Alright. Those are my predictions for the Real Madrid versus Osasuna game, and we're going to jump straight into our next game, which is Rayo Vallecano versus Elche. Alright, this is our final game for the game week. Rayo Vallecano versus Elche. This should be an interesting one. I think this one might end in a draw, to be honest with you, so I'm going to take this as a draw. Both teams score, yes. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I am going for a 1-1 draw here. Alright. Number of goals in this game over 1.5. If you want to go on the handicap system, I'd say you go on the handicap system and you take Rayo Vallecano lose this game by not to lose this game by more than a goal, which is $1.18. Yes, they all add up. And I put them on bets. Alright. So my predictions for Rayo Vallecano versus Elche, I'm expecting a draw here. Expecting both teams to score. In terms of double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predict the scoreline for me, from my perspective, I think we're going to have a 1-1 draw here. And in terms of goals, number of goals in this game, I'm seeing we're going to have over 1.5 in this game. So those are my predictions for the Rayo Vallecano versus Elche game, and those were all my predictions for the La Liga this game week. I hope you have a wonderful game week, and remember to cash in on those bets. Remember not to put too many predictions per slip. On average, I say anywhere from 3 to 5 predictions per slip. The more money you have, the less games you need to put on your slip, and so therefore mix and match your games as well. Don't take all the predictions from one league or one game. You can pull a prediction from each game and put together your slip. I think it works better for you that way. Yes, and so therefore happy betting and best of luck. Thank you for watching. Continue to subscribe and share my videos with your friends, and let us build this channel together. Thank you very much.